If you want to grow your podcast, you need to have good sound quality. Even if the content you have is great, if the sound quality isn't good, your listeners can't hear what you're saying or they're going to be turned off and go somewhere else. The good news is you don't have to spend thousands of dollars to get good sound quality, as long as you follow these 8 simple tips. Tip number 1 is to invest in a microphone. Now, your laptop microphone or the microphone that comes with your phone just isn't going to cut it. That's because both of them will pick up a lot of background noise and the overall sound quality just isn't that great. The good news is you don't have to pay an arm and a leg to invest in a good microphone. Albin actually recently recorded a video that reviews 2 mics that cost under $100. And if you want to watch that video, click on the link in the show notes. Tip number 2 is to record in a quiet place. Ideally, you'll record in a soundproof room, but I know that in reality, you're probably recording from your apartment or your home. In this case, try to find a separate space, hopefully a room where you can close the door that's quiet enough you can record your podcast. If you have children or dogs or other noisy areas in your home, try to avoid that as you're recording your show. Tip number 3 is to get some sound dampening materials. You don't need to go on fancy and get soundproofing equipment. The point here is to reduce the echo that might come across on your recording. So you can use things like moving blankets, towels, or even pillows around your microphone so that when you're recording, you can get the best audio quality possible. Tip number 4 is to practice your mic technique. A seasoned podcaster can make a $100 microphone sound like a $2,000 microphone just based on the technique. Now, you can buy a pop filter that usually costs less than $10 and practice the right distance between you and the microphone, which is usually about 6 inches. If you really want to take it one step further, go ahead and practice recording your voice using different angles and distances from the mic to make sure you really are getting the best sound quality that you can. Tip number 5 is to prepare your guests. Now, if your guest is a podcaster, that's great. There's probably not much more you can say to get the best audio quality you can from them. Now, if your guest happens to be not as tech savvy or it's the first time they've ever been on a podcast, you might need to do a little bit more coaching. So simple tips like making sure they're in a quiet room, having them wear headphones while you're recording can really make a big difference. Tip number 6 is to make sure that you and your guests have a great internet connection. If either of you has a spotty internet connection, it's going to result in things like poor audio quality, maybe either of you will cut off, or picking up weird, glitchy background noises, and that just isn't going to cut it. As a pro tip, plug your laptop into your internet modem so that you can get the best speeds possible. Tip number 7, if you're recording remotely, invest in recording software that's designed for podcasts. So companies like Squadcast or Riverside are really great because they're designed for podcasts and to help you record high quality audio. Now compare this to things like Zoom or Skype, which is great for catching up with family and friends, but they're not the best for when you want to record a podcast. And the last tip, a little technical but well worth it, is to record what's called a double ender. So in addition to recording on software like Squadcast, you can also have each person record in Audacity on their individual devices. That way, you can extract the best quality possible from any of those recordings. Now, if you want to dial in on your mic technique, Travis recently recorded a video on mic techniques on a variety of microphones. If you want to check out that video, click on the link in the show notes or this video right here.